Artificial intelligence is changing, well, pretty much everything. And now it's coming for one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, buying a home. Today, we are going to dive into how one of the giants in real estate, Realtor.com, is making a really bold, really calculated move into the world of AI. And that brings us to the big question, right? Is a chatbot going to be your next real estate agent? I mean, it sounds a little bit like sci-fi, but the tech is already here, and all the big companies are scrambling to figure it out. So let's explore what this actually means for you, for agents, and really for the whole industry.
Okay, so it all kicks off with this massive tech partnership, one that's really aiming to change the very beginning of your home search.
And here's the headline. Realtor.com has officially rolled out its integration with OpenAI. What does that mean? It means you can now start your home buying journey right inside the ChatGPT app. You can literally just chat with an AI about where you might want to live.
So what can you actually do with this thing? Well, it's not about just endlessly scrolling through listings inside the chat. Think of it more like step one. You can ask for general advice on the buying process, get help figuring out what you can actually afford, or even ask about different neighborhoods, the vibe, the schools, all before you even look at a single house.
And make no mistake, this is not just some small tech experiment. The CEO of Realtor.com, Damian Eales, he calls AI the next transformational opportunity. They are betting big. They believe this tech can fundamentally simplify what is, let's be honest, a super complicated and stressful process for most of us.
But here's where it gets really interesting. To understand Realtor.com's strategy, you have to know the backstory. See, they weren't actually the first real estate giant to jump into the ChatGPT pool. A rival got there first, and their splash created, well, let's just say, a bit of a firestorm. That's right. A few months before this, Zillow launched its own ChatGPT plugin, and almost immediately, the real estate industry started raising some serious red flags. It kicked off this huge wave of concern about how it was all being handled. So what was the big deal? Well, it all came down to data. There were these huge fears that it could violate the super strict industry rules about how property listings are shared. And maybe the biggest problem of all was the worry that all this valuable listing data was being used to train OpenAI's models, which is a massive no-go for the agents and brokers who actually own that data.
So with all that drama in the background, let's look at how Realtor.com decided to play it. They were clearly watching this all unfold, and their strategy seems to be a very direct and very careful answer to that firestorm.
They put in what they call guardrails, and this is the most important term to understand here. It's their specific set of rules, and they're designed to avoid the exact problems their rival ran into. These guardrails protect listing data. They explicitly forbid it from being used to train AI models. But here's the crucial part. They're designed to keep human agents at the center of the whole thing. Why? Because Realtor.com's entire business model depends on its relationship with those agents. And this user journey shows their philosophy perfectly. So you start in ChatGPT, right? You get some advice, you see some property previews, but to get the real details, you have to click out of the AI chat and go to the Realtor.com website. See, the ultimate goal isn't to get an answer from the bot. It's to get you to step 5, connecting with a local human agent who's going to close the deal. And they are not being shy about this at all. A key executive there, Anna Marie Castiglione, she said it flat out. The whole thing is built to keep agents and the MLSs, that's the multiple listing services, the agent-run databases with all the property info, right at the center of things. Keeping them happy is priority number 1. So for Realtor.com, the AI is a doorway, it's not the entire house. So when you put it all together, what you're seeing are two tech giants taking two totally different approaches to the exact same technology. On one hand, the first mover's strategy lets you do full property searches right inside the chat, but that risked ticking off the agents who control the listings, and it sparked all those data fears. On the other hand, Realtor.com's strategy only gives you a little taste, just previews, to get you back to their platform, where their business partners, the agents, are waiting. It's really a clash of philosophies, a totally open-ended AI tool versus a very carefully controlled business funnel. So, with these two competing visions for AI's role in real estate now out in the wild, what does this tell us about where the industry is actually heading? Well, Realtor.com CEO puts this whole move in the context of the company's 30-year history. They see themselves as having led every major tech shift in the industry, from being the first to put listings on the internet to now bringing them to AI. For them, this isn't just some fad, it's the next logical step. And this quote from their chief marketing officer really nails their ambition. Omnipresent. Think about that word.
Their goal is to be everywhere a potential home buyer is. If you're talking about real estate, they want to be in that conversation, whether it's on a website, an app, or now, inside an AI chatbot.
Which brings us right back to our big question. Realtor.com is placing a huge bet that AI will be a powerful tool for agents, not something that replaces them. But as this technology gets smarter and smarter, the larger question is still out there. Is this guarded, industry-friendly approach the future? Or will a more disruptive model, one that puts the user's conversation with the AI first, eventually win out? That, right there, is the billion-dollar question everyone is now watching.